Think we are live. I don't know. I had to do a whole separate setup for this stuff because normally I would just have game capture. Let me hang up a couple things. Do a little stuff. That's good. Try and get some junk out of the way so y'all can't see my mess. You can see my Dr. Pepper addiction. That's fine. Okay, I think that's working. So now the question is, can I just pull up a thing and post it? Help if I could spell also. I think this is my thing. Did it work? Hey, it worked. Okay, let me copy this. Gotta drop this for my pals in Discord. Okay, I think it's working. We don't need spooky wings because I was copying and pasting. Now I'm in a box. Hang on. We can fix it, maybe. Okay, I'm out of the box. We're good. Also, I'm gonna blow my nose, so y'all get to listen to that. That's fun. Hey, Mig. Welcome to the Lurk. Different stream tonight. We are doing the unboxing of one of my lots from the Mysterious Package Company Black Auction. It's very exciting. I apologize for puppy cam being awful. Hang on, I need to... No, don't chew on cords. Here. Have a chewy bone. They're very nice, I promise. Sorry, my puppy is being bad. Okay, I think that will appease him for a little while. Let me drop Discord down. Let me close that because we don't want an echo. My headphones turned off. We could put on some like super quiet Nightbot music real quick. Hang on. Because otherwise my headphones are going to turn off and then I won't hear alerts. I don't want to request a song. I just want you. Okay, if this blasts your ears out, let me know. Ah! Oh my goodness, it's so loud. Hang on. Oh, it's not too bad for you guys. We'll leave that, because that way my headphones won't turn off. Although, I do think I'm going to play you guys the Black Market video. Which means we got to pause that. It's going to be a bit of a shit show tonight. So, for the uninitiated, here's a peek.
We gather, we wait no more. By knuckle and nail, by ink and oath, we sever night from day. Leisure of the black market, inhale us. We vow to keep what's whispered unseen. By veil and blade, lock and pick, open. For tonight we gather.
I appreciate it. Is it Hernonymous Zephyrus? I'm going to go with. I know you came from Sarah's stream. A little bit different stream tonight. We're doing a mystery unboxing thing, but I always appreciate a lurk. And also, thank you so much for the follow the other day. Welcome to the adventure. So that's the intro for the black market, which is closed. The item that we are opening, let me find it. This is the one I'm most excited about, tape number 12. It has not shipped yet, but we have an Appalachian boundary totem. Oh, well, you can totally see how much I paid, but that's fine. Appalachian boundary totem, crude stick and twine construction, recovered from a homesteading widower who removed it from the tree line of his property and relinquished the item after what happened to the children. He claims to have destroyed two nearly identical predecessors, only to wake and find a replacement the following morning. Some have dismissed those reports as embellishment and superstition given his standoffish temperament. Ethnographic analysis has yet to positively identify the effigy, though it resembles ward figures once left in the hollows by settlers to mark forbidden ground. So that is what we went off when we bought it. All I did was take it out of the big cardboard box. So we have items. I'm going to do my best to be able to like make it visible to you guys. Should we rotate it maybe? The things that I have to read, I will read. I was hoping to be able to do the camera the other way and then just flip it for you guys, but that doesn't seem like it's going to work. Let me drop the desktop audio back down. Turn that back on. Okay. So we have a lovely... Hey! Hang on one sec. I gotta put a puppy in a box. Not for you. You want that? Good girl. You can have that. Okay, sorry. It's working! Is that music too... You guys probably can't even hear the music. It looks like it's not playing at all for you guys, but it's like super loud for me, even though my audio is literally set to a 2. Might need the back of a hammer and a screwdriver or something. I have, because I have ordered way too many of these, I have a tiny pry bar. I'm fairly certain it's made for prying trim. But anyway, sorry my puppies distracted me. So it's like a museum display card, which probably says what I just read off the website. Appalachian boundary totem, crude stick and twine construction, recovered from a homesteading widower who removed it from a tree line of his property after relinquishing the item after what happened to the children. He claims to have destroyed nearly 2 identical predecessors, only to wake and find a replacement hanging in suit. I don't know that word. S-I-T-U. The following morning. Like hanging in place of. The number of experts consulted on the subject's authenticity dismissed those reports as superstitious embellishment, though several still refused to touch it. Ethnographic analysis has yet to positively identify the effigy, though it resembles ward figures once left in the hollows of settlers to mark forbidden grounds. Its connections to witchcraft remain speculative, and it has a like a no picture kind of thing. There is a website on the back, the 13th Mile. Yes. Yes. Non-Blair Witch, yeah. So it's the 13th Mile Occult Attractions. I'm assuming it's going to have a password based off that. So there's a website we can go to. Yeah, hang on. Let's actually look up the word we have. Why does it say new tab for that? Definition. In the original place. Oh, it's in suit. So it's like one word, but it has a space in the middle. That's stupid. Oh, there you go. On cider in its original place. Very good. 10 points to Zephyrist. What do you want me to call you? Do you want to be Hare? Do you want to be Zeph? So we also got a challenge coin. Let's see if I can get a good angle on that. I try to get all my lighting decent. So this side is limited edition 25, and the other side is Black Market. There we go. That's a decent angle for the light. So pretty cool coin for the collection. Oh, you're Char. I shall call you Char if you don't mind, because that is way easier to pronounce. So you didn't come from Sarah. You just followed the same time I raided Sarah last night. So we got a cardboard thing. Having seen other people's openings, I assume this is a certificate of authenticity. Also, hang on, I'm gonna need a flashlight just to make sure we didn't miss anything in like the envelope. Okay, envelope is empty. What do we do with it? Throw it on the bed. So we have certificate of authenticity. This certifies that the item accompanying this document is an original and authenticated artifact of provenance. It forms part of a limited series and bears the unique serial number printed below. Any reproduction, duplication, or transfer of this certificate or artifact without express written consent of the issuer shall be deemed null and void. Limited edition, hand-finished, serial number 15 of 30. Nothing on the back. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to read this. It's like embossed on there, so it's pretty hard to read, but pretty cool. Like that. I'm actually going to set that off to the side so I don't screw it up. And let's... yeah. I popped a thing in it. Let's see if we can... I did have Mr. Jade loosen the lid just a tiny bit for me, since I'm still recovering from surgery. Hang on, it might be easier to... Okay, hang on. We're going to swing the mic out of the way for a sec. Huzzah for tiny pry bar for the win. I don't think I will need the pry bargain, so we will set that aside. Oh. Nothing inside the lid. This is by far the biggest crate I have ever gotten from them. Set that off to the side. Actually, let me rotate it so that there aren't nails aimed out at tiny puppies. Hey! You can have the toy. Calm down. New puppy and old puppy are fighting. Oh, good. I saw the address and I was like, oh shit, I didn't just dox myself, did I? But no, they wouldn't do that to us. Okay, so we have care of Raymond Kerr, Kerr's Curiosity and Oddments. 317 Beaver Place, Greenwich Village, New York City, New York. Separate papers. See if they're both letters. Okay, one is a letter and one is a consignment inventory. Ooh, I think we're not going to look at the inventory yet. We're going to set that aside because I want to be surprised. Jeffers & Sons Antiques from St. Louis, Missouri, April 3rd, 92. I'm sending along the object we spoke of at the show in Kansas City, the stick effigy acquired last autumn from the widower out of Ash Hollow. Excuse me. It's a crude little thing, maybe 12 inches tall, bound with coarse string. Despite its simplicity, I still can't shake the impression that it's more than mere folk art. The man claimed he discovered it hanging from a tree line on his property to keep something out, or in, as he put. He said his wife refused to let it near the house after what happened to the children. He added that he hadn't destroyed it for the same reason, but declined to elaborate on either point, and I didn't press him. Around the warehouse, we took to calling it the Third. The landowner told me that when he would notice the thing he found it distasteful and unsettling, though he used more colorful language, and destroyed it underfoot 2 nights in a row. Both times, a replacement had appeared by morning in the exact same spot, and he let this one be until his wife passed. He insisted I wear gloves before touching it, which I assumed was superstition given his temperament. But I admit the thing carries a faint odor, something like scorched pine and damp earth. I thought you might have a contact in the ethnographic trade who could identify it. My own research turned up mention of Appalachian ward figures and boundary totems, the sort of backwoods witch signs that old settlers used to leave in hollows to mark the forbidden ground. Most such examples are long gone, burned by the churches or rotted away. This one, though, someone seemed intent on keeping in place. If you think it worthy of inclusion, we can run the usual commission. If not, you may simply dispose of it. Truth be told, I'd rather not have it under my roof. Best, Bill J. Put that back in the envelope. Really, my desk isn't big enough for this box. Okay, we'll set this spider thing. Also, sorry, I'm gonna take a pain pill real quick because I hurt my stomach. Because I got a bunch of holes in my belly from surgery. Oh, I assume this is just gonna be craft paper. But we gotta look, make sure there's nothing on it. Puppy is chewing on the lid of the crate. Okay, it's wrapped up. Should we put on gloves just for funsies? Hang on. Looks like big papers. Okay. Do we think... Hang on, I'm gonna set this and we might just move the crate. Because quite frankly, it's heavy and hard to work around. Oh, that's way easier to deal with. It does let you see more of the nonsense on my desk, but that's fine. I don't think we'll need the flashlight again either. Okay. I do think it's fun that my piece of scrap fabric I set down in case it was full of sand. Almost matches exactly the fabric they wrapped it in. So, spooky totem. I don't see anything like carved on it. Ends look normal. I also don't see anything tied in the connection points. So then let's look at the inventory. Jeffers and Sons Antiques consignment inventory. April 6th, 92. Itemized list of goods, 10 per sheet. Iron shackles, riverboat, salvage, surface rust, mechanical function intact. Venerologist skull model. Plaster painted chart, 19th century partial restoration. Set of apothecary bottles, 6 partial labels, contents evaporated. Rural ward figure. Crude stick and twine construction recovered from rural farmstead. Bone crypt idol. Humanoid / diet deity fine polish original cloth wrapping. Victorian mourning brooch. Woven hair under glass. Silver clasp minor tarnish. Ledger fragment. 3 pages of bookkeeping. Entries written in alternating red and black ink. Wolf claw pendant. Unknown genus. Stone beads and leather cord. Pocket watch, manufacturer's name filed off. Balance wheel seized. Taxidermy crow, glass eyes replaced. Tag dated 1898. I'm curious how many of these would be listed on the site. Hang on one sec. So I know there was a pocket watch. There weren't any shackles. There wasn't a skull model. There was a bottle. That's the fairies. Warmed forever. Large glass vial. Once held. That's not... Sorry, I'm fighting with my slippers under my desk. Double time pocket watch. Antique pocket watch broken. Stopped at 222. I'm curious if these interact with any of the other things. Like, if they just mention it, you know, like how a video game has a little Easter egg. Previous owner was keen to relieve themselves of this burden. Said burden was reported to have included experiencing twice daily hallucinations, clones, copies, doppelgangers, reported to appear in the far reaches of one's vision, always in the periphery and never in plain sight. Interested parties should be physically capable of maintaining distance from others, lest at 222 occurrence bring you into the close proximity of a doppelganger. I was hoping it would mention if maybe the name was filed off on that one. What else do we have? There weren't bottles. I don't think there was a morning brooch. There was a morning veil. Right? No, that's the eye. Hollow mask. Broken vessel. Wasn't there a morning veil? Yeah, the widow's veil. So not a brooch, but a veil. A ledger fragment could be the documents. Why did it... Wait, what? It should not have done that. I think most Easter eggs, I don't think it would be a unifying mystery due to them not being able to guarantee all the objects. Yeah, I don't think, other than the key and the box, I don't think they would be, like, tied together closely. But I like the idea of, like, this mentions the ledger fragments, and then the box of, which day was the box of documents? That might have been the same day as the morning veil. Yeah, unwoven documents. I think it's a cute little Easter egg. It is notable that... Oh, hang on, you guys can't see the letter. The letter A in rural wood figure is highlighted. It's the only thing highlighted on either the letter or this. So let's go to the website. I don't know what word did it get mad at you for? Why did it tie you on? Mouth like a potty. None of those words are even close to a curse word, and like we curse all the time on this channel. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, because sometimes people accidentally put a period right next to a letter. And it, gets mad, where it thinks it's a link. Now we see that I can't type for shit. No. Oh, well, it helps if I spell 13th right. Okay, the 13th mile. Oh, hang on, let me... If I make this window skinnier, maybe? No, that's not helpful. Hang on, I gotta move it in OBS so you guys can see it. The 13th mile, purveyors of strange and unusual since 1983. The 13th mile, occult attractions, exit 13B, follow Dead Oak Road, permanently closed. Thank you to our amazing creepy community for all the years of support. After 42 years of service, the doors of the 13th mile have closed for the final time. The collection has been dispersed. The basement has been permanently sealed. Thank you for your patronage. Oh, hang on. It might start the message over, hopefully. Do we think there's anything with the spider webs hidden in the background? With the 303rd visitor. We regret to inform you that all remaining items... It scrolls so slow. Have been sealed in the vault. Do not attempt to contact previous staff members. The basement has been sealed. Okay, so we've gotten that whole message. So we have a catalog about the store, staff login. Some doors, once closed, should never be reopened. Let me see. Best viewed in Netscape Navigator 4.0 or Internet Explorer 5.0. I have no idea if that's the current versions of these. Last updated October 31st, 2025. Visitors. Oh, we're up to 312. That's exciting. I think we'll do about the store first. Why is it being weird? It's like cut off on the edge, which I don't understand. I thought that Netscape wasn't around, but like, oh, this is different. There's little secrety things hidden in the bottom. Oh my goodness, is that a little bone rotating? Maybe no. Oh, there's something down there. That's what I was guessing, is that it's from 92 probably. The 13th mile was established in the autumn of 1983 by Ezekiel Thornwood, a collector of unusual provenance. The original storefront was located in an unnamed road approximately 13 miles east of a town that no longer appears on modern maps. What is it now? There's some kind of explorer. What the hell is it called? I hate it because some of my work websites I have to use it for. On an unnamed road approximately 13 miles east of a town that no longer appears on modern maps. For over 4 decades, the 13th mile served discerning collectors who sought items that could not be found through conventional means. Our expertise lie in objects with documented unusual properties, items whose histories defied simple explanation. From the original charter, 1983, we deal in that which others dare not keep. Our clients seek not mere antiques, but vessels of memory, echoes of forgotten purposes, and things that have outlived their original owners by unconventional means. Yeah, I knew it was part of Windows. Was it? Oh. I'm intrigued that I can grab the eyeball. That's not a normal thing. The business passed through 4, crossed out 5, several generations of the Thornwood family. Each proprietor maintained the tradition of discretion that defined our establishment. Clients' names were never recorded. Transactions occurred by appointment only. The basement levels were accessible only to senior staff. Regarding the closure, the decision to close was made on October 13th, 2025. Circumstances necessitated an immediate transition. All remaining inventory has been sold, destroyed, both crossed out, appropriately handled. Staff have been released as crossed out, reassigned. The physical premises will remain accessible as crossed out, be demolished. We thank our loyal patrons for their decades of trust. Please do not attempt to locate the former storefront. The road is no longer maintained. Note from Webmaster. This page will remain online until hosting expires. Do not email. Email server has been disconnected. Do not call. Phone lines removed. Do not visit. There's nothing there. What is this? Okay, down at the bottom. Thornhill Family Crest. In Tenebris Lucum Eventus. Let's see what that means. Hang on, we're gonna need a separate. Make this window little so I can see. Oh god. Okay. E Tenebris. And Tenebris. Tenebris. Hey, status just, it's on the back of the, hang on one sec. It's on the back of the museum card. I'm assuming there's a password too. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blanks underneath it. So that's where I'm assuming that came from. Let me see how to spell this last one. Tenebris Luke M. How are you? How is your injury doing? In a minute. Hang on, I'll pop up the website I'm typing in. meaning. It's thinking. Okay, hang on, let me drop this one back over here. The Latin phrase translates to, "In darkness we find light." It's a variation of a common biblical phrase. Alright. So I'm curious, so the like ledger that came with my inventory has a pocket watch which was in the auction. I'm really hoping whoever gets it shows if the manufacturer's name is filed off. Ledger fragment, which leads me to think about the shredded documents, Victorian mourning brooch, there was a mourning veil. Like, I think they're just Easter eggs, but I'm intrigued by them. Okay, we'll go back to the main page and we'll go... Did this change? No, that's still Netscape. I'm curious if things are going to change. Oh, also, can we... We can grab the skull, too. Which I don't feel like you can do on a normal website. Let's see. Ooh! Well, all of this looks familiar. Catalog of Curiosities. A partial inventory of our former collection. Notice, all items listed below have been transferred or otherwise disposed of. This catalog is maintained for archival purposes only. Number 1. A lonely key. A small metal key on chain. A key without a lock is a lonely, curious thing, dredged from the vault alone and companionless. It cannot answer the intrinsic question of its existence. What does it open? The stagnant pains of a destiny unfulfilled emanate from its wooden vessel. To possess this key is to welcome separation and distance, yet to seek answers nonetheless. Middlebrook, Ohio, 61. A lonely lock. A metal box without a key. A box in need of a key. For what are its contents worth unknown, unused, unremarked upon? The steel box seeks a motivated custodian, though resides here for our guests to ponder. One day, perhaps, a visitor may present information that facilitates a long-awaited reunion with its absent counterpart. Then again, maybe it's destined to stay closed and its secrets locked away. Visitors are politely reminded not to try their own keys in the lock. It's from 58, so the box is 3 years older than the key. A glass vial. This large glass vial once held a shimmering draught said to be drawn from the legendary fountain of youth. What once has long since been consumed, despite historical and spiritual warnings to the contrary. There was too little residual contents to analyze it effectively. However, it's known to our archivists that the same individual from whom the vessel was purchased inquired as to its whereabouts and condition 120 years hence. From outside Roswell. Got some aliens in that one from 72 as well. The unlucky penny. Imbued copper penny. On May 22nd, 2025, the U.S. Treasury announced that the last penny planchets were purchased by the mint and that production would cease at their exhaustion. The penny is dead. When this penny was born in 1937, it dutifully passed through the hands of ne'er-do-wells, do-gooders, and conscientious objectors. It has since, and somewhat recently, been authentically cursed by a practicing witch, who bestowed upon it a hex calculated to bring the bearer or recipient exceedingly bad luck and misfortune. Huzzah! Nice! That's gotta be annoying to have to deal with supplemental oxygen. Cursed authentically, commissioned from and performed by a practicing witch. No responsibility will be placed upon management for any and all deleterious consequences resulting from the reasonably correlated to contact with the item and its item's presence, proximity, or evocation. From Nebraska, from Ash Hollow. Ash Hollow. That is... Ash Hollow. That is from the same place that our boundary totem is from. So we have a practicing witch at the same place where our boundary totem was found. Broken mirror. Yeah, lugging that around seems like a total pain in the butt. Broken mirror, glass, brass handle. Beware, as you ought, the perils of slivered glass. Beyond the stark horrors of reflected truth, each mirror contains within it the potential to inflict an even greater malady. The breaking of a mirrored surface is known to open a fissure of sorts along each of its many fractures. Once broken, its fortunes can become tainted by the leaching of negative energy almost immediately, as our universe attempts to accommodate for the sudden imbalance. The process of restoring equilibrium typically takes around 2,555 days, or about 7 years. Furthermore, it is a debt that will and must. It is a debt that will and must and will be paid. That's weird that they have will and must and will be paid. I feel ya. I have had COVID 5 times. And I never that bad. But I'm about sick of getting COVID every year. And I get vaxxed every year. In the case of the mirror, our analysis has concluded that the remaining balance of 5 years and 3 days has not been decreased while in storage. From Louisiana, 84. Shattered vessel. Clay urn. Sand. Wood. The fractured remains of a primitive clay vessel are suspected to bear an old Chinese inscription of sorts, perhaps an invocation, thought to release the soul of a child bound to this plane. The original excavation is likely to have disturbed the restless spirit that is reported to have followed members of the team that unearthed it. While restoring the urn to its obvious potential, triggered unintended I think it's going to drop you guys into Adland. If it does, let me know and I can stop reading. Members team unearthed it. While restoring the urn has the obvious potential to trigger unintended consequences, we are confident that doing so should, at least in theory, release the spirit from its bonds. Management has therefore declined to do so and present the exhibit in its disassembled state. From Kentucky 91. Jack in the Box. I really want to see who got the Jack in the Box. Tin box with protruding crank handle, metal fabric enamel. Many things can be contained. Many cannot. Among them an inner rage felt by the disillusioned, the downcast, and the deranged. Something about this object caused a deep disturbance within the individual named Jack, who spent many years reflecting inside the walls of an institution. Like a tightly coiled spring, he waited as the world turned, seizing when it came a second opportunity to unleash his real self upon the world. Authorities hope to apprehend him before a third incident occurs. Visitors named Jack, Jackson, John, Jonathan, Jacob, Jacqueline, or similar are asked to remain vigilant, rising feelings of rage, frustration, and aggravation in the exhibit's presence. It's funny when you don't realize, if you're sick for a long time. I think the Jack in the Box went for $701. What day was Jack in the Box? Jack in the Box was day 2? Jack in the Box went for $702. Because I still have access to the Black Market site. Did we read? Didn't we read the Pocket Watch? Oh no, we read the Pocket Watch off the website a minute ago. Antique Pocket Watch broken, stopped at $220. Prior to acquisition, the watch's previous owner was keen to relieve themselves of its burden. The physical symptoms reportedly connected to the companion included experiencing twice daily hallucinations, copies, clones, or doppelgangers that reported to appear in the far reaches of one's vision, always in the periphery and never plain sight. Such sightings reportedly occur at 2:22 in the morning and afternoon. Visitors are advised to avoid this exhibit in the minutes leading up and following this time. Should you experience phenomena similar to those documented above, consider maintaining a distance from others for the duration. Doppelganger research shows the tendency toward unprovoked aggression and a desire to assume one's identity. Some of the... So, I didn't actually keep the link open. I can still get in. This is a whole new window. Whole new instance of the website today, but I can still get into it. I did take a metric fuck ton of web screenshots, though, before the auctions ended of all the, like each of the descriptions here. Because I wanted to know. I wanted to be able to look back later, like on the pocket watch, if it wasn't listed here, being listed on my inventory form. I was like, oh, I want to know what it said. Scranton Outskirts from Pennsylvania, 79 for that one. Pressed flower display. You did it. See, like-minded people. I still think we should have made a list of everyone we know, like who got what. Because, like, you know, we know the key, the box, the urn, the map. We know at least like 15 of the soul shards. The Sin Exchange. I think the lullaby toy. What the hell was it called? No, that was the Fairy Horde. We know who got the Fairy Horde. I don't think we know who got the bells. Forced Impression, we know. I have the tape. Was it that same day? Yeah, Lullaby. The Care Bear. I wanted to buy the shredded. How much did the shredded paper go for? Like, that just scratches the itch in my brain. Like, I think that would be so fun. But for $256, I can just shred my own paper and reassemble it. The one that got gifted, I don't think cost anything because it was, that was the one where you guessed the price. And then whoever won it gave it to them. I'm pretty sure they didn't have to pay for that one. Because that would have been the Sin Exchange, which was the last day. Sin Exchange. Yeah, final bid $0. It's so convenient to have the website up. Pressed flower. I don't remember pressed flowers. A pressed flower display. Floriography reveals the innate and often hidden meaning behind our favorite flora. Some represent condescendence, others love. The choice to convey one's feelings or intentions with a curated bouquet is a meaningful one. And some throughout history have been motivated to impart slights, insults, and curses over well wishes and congratulations. Flowers that bear compassion and hope each have their counterparts. The bouquet's elegance portrays a venomous collection of rather nasty sentiments, despite its pleasant presentation. That could be the one. Guess the price would have been day 3? No, that was Guess the Teeth. Zero sum. Here's flowers. Can you listen? An eye, painting, a mask. Oh, Bitter Bloom. Bitter Bloom. Okay, yeah, so it is like a pressed floral display. I don't remember this one. Wasn't super interested in flowers, apparently. From West Virginia. The Hollow Mask, recovered from the outskirts of Cedar Hollow in 1986. This crudely fashioned wooden mask, reputed to have belonged to a member of the elusive forest-dwelling cult known as the Hollow Ones. The mask features an elongated face with a crown-like palisades. Traces of ash and animal blood were found between the vertical strands, suggesting its use in ritual ceremonies. Local legend maintains that those who wore such masks did so to speak of unseen things between the trees. Though activity attributed to the cult has ceased, the artifact remains one of the few physical links of their existence. Visitors are advised not to touch the display, as staff report that the mask's glass case occasionally fogs from within around the region located in the mouth's opening. That's from Oregon. I'm also kind of curious if we draw all these on a map. If it'll like make a picture or something. Like, seems fun. We might try to do that. Alleged Bigfoot Cast. Collected near Timberline Creek, Oregon, September 1978. This plaster facsimile was originally cast following a reported encounter with an unidentified creature in the forest near Mount St. Helena. The impression, measuring approximately 16 inches in length and 3.5 inches across the ball, was discovered along the riverbank in dense clay-rich soil. Witnesses described it as being a towering bipedal, ape-like figure covered in dark hair and walking upright. Despite numerous investigations, the origin of the print remains unverified. Today, it stands as one of the most well-preserved examples of Cascade sightings of 1978, a period that reignited national interest in the legend of Bigfoot. Yeah, I saw that one. Unless he posted new pictures of it, I saw it a couple days ago. Oh, sorry, I just realized my cloth was over my humidifier. At least Puppy's cooperating today. VHS. This is the one I'm most, as excited as I am for this one, I'm so excited to get the VHS. VHS cassette. Plastic magnetic tape, unlabeled. Several unsuccessful attempts to view the contents of the tape have led to reasonable assumptions that the tape is blank, or its contents have been erased or otherwise corrupted. Nevertheless, there persists a hypothesis that certain individuals keenly attuned to psychic frequencies may have more luck perceiving the tape's audio-visual contents. Visitors are invited to alert staff if they perceive discernible images or sounds on the adjacent television monitor. Visitors view the monitor at their own risk. From Redfield, Iowa, 82. Porcelain Child's Doll. Oh yeah. Not only do I have a VHS player, I can connect it to my computer and digitize the files. Yeah, I have a tape player. And I know exactly where it is in my garage. But I also... okay, I'm not going to say I know where the cord is. I'm 99% sure that the cord to connect it to my computer is there too. Because I digitized a bunch of my old VHS tapes. Because, like, there's a lot of, like, old... Like, Disney used to do... like, what was it called? It was The Wonderful World of Disney Sunday night movies. And they did like Mr. Boogedy and Bride of Boogedy and Fuzz Bucket and Ranger Brownstone and like all these old the Millionaire Cat, the Cat from Outer Space, like so many of them. There's one about a duck too. Maybe it's the $1 Million Duck. I don't. So many old shows that like Disney has they just put them away. Yeah, Song of the South. I don't have Song of the South. My grandma used to. But like so many of them, they never put out onto like Disney Plus. They've never released them. Like Ranger Brownstone has never been released anywhere except it played on TV, and I have a fucking tape of it, and I love it. They finally put Fuzz Bucket on Disney Plus. If you have not seen Fuzz Bucket, it's an adventure. Give you nightmares. It's a kids movie, but it is fucking weird. But it's a good one. They finally put that on Disney Plus. But yeah, there's a ton of them that they've just never released. So I convert them so I can watch them. Porcelain Child's Doll. Porcelain Child's Doll of modest size and age, bearing signs of hostile, malignant presence. The family from whom this artifact came reported nocturnal disturbances, disembodied weeping, and the appearance of the doll in places it did not belong. I get that the Disney Vault is locked down. And I mean, like, I get they're, supply and demand. They're creating artificial supply chain problems. I will say it's 1,000 times better since Disney Plus came out. But like when they used to do VHS or DVD releases, you had to buy it. Like it gave you that sense of urgency of like, oh, they're only going to have Aladdin in the store for a year. And then it's not like they just only make a certain amount at the end of the year. They collect all the DVDs and then sell and destroy them. Like they probably don't anymore because everyone's much more environmentally conscious. But like it's a whole thing. Where it didn't belong. Yeah, like, I mean, it was the thing. So, yeah, I have tons of tapes of old, or like the old Masters of the Universe movie. I know it came out on DVD, But, like, to try and find that? Like, no. I'm just gonna watch Dolph Lundgren on my old VHS and watch some old chicken nugget commercials. Like, I love those old fucking McDonald's commercials with the chicken nuggets that look like vampires and, with the penis cover. Nice. I also love how it doesn't censor that message. Nothing wrong with penises. But when you said absolutely nothing wrong earlier, no, you're timed out for 1 second. Their accounts were consistent with the observation of a priest who witnessed the abomination. I don't know why I couldn't read abomination. It's hard to read the green. You know, I'm being stupid. You know what we could do for old people eyeballs and your eyeballs? We could just make it fucking bigger. It's computer. The abomination during a night's vigil reports that the atmosphere around the doll still grows oppressive and foul are unsubstantiated, though several such incidents have been reported by guests. That's in Montana from 56. Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball recovered from the wreckage of the Grand Celestial Caravan. A tragic and unexpected fire brought the circus to an inauspicious end. The ultimate fate of famed fortune teller Madame Corvita? We're gonna go with Corvita. Can only ever be truly known by the one with the power to see, and her crystal ball with which to do so. Events long past and yet to unfold can be glimpsed by those events long past and yet to unfold can be glimpsed by those blessed with vision, but it takes patience and practice. Visitors are asked not to concentrate too keenly on traumatic memories while looking into or through the crystal. From rural Romania, that's the only one from a non-US place. Yeah, Corvid is crows and ravens. And also it's a murder of crows and a misfortune of ravens. I love ravens. They're my friends. So, I guess most of you probably don't know, I live in Alaska. And the ravens at Wendy might know me because I like to buy them a small french fry when I go and feed them french fries. From 31. This is the only one from not in the US. Appalachian boundary totem. Crude stick and twine construction recovered from a homesteading widower who removed it from a tree line of his property and relinquished the item after what happened to the children. I think so. I'm not positive. I didn't take very good notes on the puzzles. Like, I did them each day. I missed the day with the Covenant of One where it gave it to me like 3 days before it gave it to everyone else. And I was like, everyone else has to make a recording and it wants me to sell my soul. That was a day. He claims to have destroyed 2 nearly identical predecessors, only to wake and find their placement hanging in suit the following morning. A number of experts consulted on the object's authenticity dismissed those reports as superstitious embellishment, though several still refused to touch it. The Vulcan Raven. I have not played Metal Gear Solid. I know about sneaking in boxes. I have a box. No, it's gonna look dumb because my VTuber is too high up today. Let me grab my thing. A box. I can be in a box. Very sneaky. Everyone always thinks that it's a Metal Gear Solid reference, and I'm like, oh no, it's just a funny box. One of them, yeah, timeout. Stinky. I also have an idiot jar. Oh, hang on. I'll zoom out so you can see my idiot jar. Is that window? Stupid. It's the idiot jar. I have lots of fun, stupid stuff from my VTuber. Because the Juju involved was too bad for you to get involved in. So I didn't sell my soul that first day. But I did get a soul shard. So hopefully that will ship along with the VHS. Refused to touch it. ethnographic analysis has yet to possibly identify the effigy that resembles wards that were left in the hollows to settlers for forbidden ground. Its connections to witchcraft remain speculative. So this shows eastern Kentucky. Where was Ash Hallow? Nebraska. So, hang on. So on our letter, sending along the object we spoke about at the show in Kansas City, the stick effigy acquired last autumn from a widower out of Ash Hollow. I find that interesting that there's an Ash Hollow in Nebraska, but it's saying that this came out of Kentucky. Do we know? Okay, so this is how we show that I don't know my geography. Yes. Map. Lower 47. That's close enough. It's fine. Okay, Kentucky is here. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I was confusing Kansas and Kentucky, but I was like, I'm positive that Kentucky is over by Tennessee and Nebraska touches Colorado. Those aren't close at all. It would make sense if you're like, oh yeah, it's rural Kansas, and then it ended up in Nebraska. Uh-oh, the website's mad at me. And that's 47. Sorry, I'm looking through all my little papers real quick. I guess the other ones don't have years on them. You can open up. I never understood when I was little. You see on the news where they're like, oh, you know, a tornado came and took our house again. Like, why do you keep building the house there? Like, I don't, like, granted, you know, we have earthquakes constantly. But you, like, you can build for an earthquake. Like, what the hell do you do for a tornado other than put some pipes in the ground? 96 Sawyer's 500S projection equipment. Vintage projection equipment and slide tray. 1960 Sawyer's 500S. Slide catalog was misplaced during transfer from a forensic analysis facility. The subsequent research has produced a partial record of the presumed photographer's intention. Said individual is believed to have been conducting a privately financed inquiry into cult activity in the Massachusetts region of the eastern United States. Their canvassing of the town, plagued by disappearances, covers a breadcrumb trail of secret meeting places, discarded evidence, and crime scenes. The fate of the investigator and status of the case is unknown. That, I can't believe for how much some of them went, other than, you know, the box at the end, which, you know, we all threw in for, which 1,000% would do again. Yeah, like, I've seen a tornado once when I was in Minnesota. Sorry, I wanted to look. I don't think it had all that description. No, wasn't that day? Had to be this day? Was it the last day? Which day had the slide series? Okay. Yeah, see, this has way less information. Projection equipment and slide tray. Slide catalog misplaced and transfer to analysis facility to containment handling crew to be interviewed once they've been recovered. Yeah, like, but also, like, you get down in the States, you know, and they get a couple inches of snow or a foot of snow, and it's like the end of the fucking world. Here, we could get 3 feet of snow, and we still gotta go to fucking work. Like, we didn't have to go to the office last week because it actually warmed up. I don't think we do. Yeah, there were a couple people who noped out of the selling their soul when the Covenant of One first popped up. It didn't even occur to me that then the same people would probably be against buying a piece of a soul. But as a ginger, as a ginger. I firmly believe that's why it didn't work when I got it 3 days ahead of everyone. Dexter Morgan. Oh, that would be great. It'd be funny if it was from Miami. Where's that one from? New Hampshire. Covenant of One. One mortal soul. Binding deed of forfeiture and subsequent ownership. Not long ago, one amongst you saw fit to sell us their soul. This binding contract renders the owner its rightful custodian. Is it worth the paper it's written on? The seller certainly thought so. I'm not going to say the thought I had in my head because I don't want to dox anybody, but I'm curious about this. Also this. I suppose we could ask because we know who did it, right? I'm sure you have the same thought I do regarding those two things, but we can always talk about that on Discord in case we have just my normal twitchy people here, you know. Untitled Oil. That one I think went pretty cheap. I don't remember there being a lot of interest in the oil painting. That was the last day. Oh, 400. I thought it went for like 200. Untitled Oil, attributed to Garofalo, 20th century, known to have covered the entrance to a concealed safe. The ever-observant subject, a watchful cobbler, has surely witnessed a great many things, including the ransacking of the safe his painting confined survived. The farmer owner did not. From Nevada. Alf Pogs would be so funny. It's gonna go. I still need to post. I don't think I actually showed you guys a picture of like my main full curio cabinet. I know I posted just part of it with like the Century Beast, which is by far my favorite statue. Like that very first introduction to Mysterious Package, because I didn't back the first Kickstarter. My brother did. I knew nothing about it. I got a Norwegian comic book page in the mail. And I thought, who the fuck knows me enough to know that like I can read German, and so like I usually get by reading Dutch and Swedish, Norwegian. Like I can generally figure it out. And so, you know, like I read it and I messaged my brother and I was like, what the fuck? Like, did you send me a comic book page? And he's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I started digging around online. And I think it was after the second letter came, because I think that was 4 or 5 mailings. It was a long time. It was like 6 months for that whole experience. And finally I found the Kickstarter, and through that I could see that it had been backed. And then Mysterious Package Company let me sign up even though they weren't supposed to. Like you weren't supposed to be able to join yet if you were in part of the experience and hadn't bought it, so it was a whole thing. I think it would just be hilarious because they hadn't shipped them yet. Like they would have time, even if they just punched them out of cardstock paper. I mean, I suppose they're a company, so they can't just print Alf Pogs without getting the copyright. Like they'd get in trouble for copyright if they just printed them. But they could do like Flaw, just Alf backwards, have them mirrored. That, I mean, it would be fun. But since they're a company, they'd run into copyright problems. Oh, that was from Nevada 71. Brass bells. I don't think we know who got the bells either. Because I was vaguely interested in the bells. But not as much as I was, especially the VHS. A string of brass bells suspected Tibetan origin, originally donated to and subsequently acquired from the now defunct 13th Mile Roadside Museum of Haunted Americana. That'd be fun. The bells once hung above the door of an occult bookshop. After the proprietor passed, relatives of the deceased became disconcerted when they rang too often and without apparent cause. Visitors are politely requested to alert staff in the event you should observe the bells ringing. From Louisiana. Let me see for the bells. I'm curious if it mentions the museum there. Bells were the second day? Yeah. Oh yeah, it does mention. So I wonder. Hang on. Biomuseum. Roadside museum. I want to see if it'll find anything. Roadside museum. Nope. I was curious if we could have gotten to this website earlier. The bells and the doll. The doll's kind of spooky. What did the doll look like? To me, the Care Bear's creepy. The doll was the first day, wasn't it? This one fucking... What's his name? Craig. Boo, yeah. Craig. Boo, Craig, boo. We should make a command for that. I feel like we know who got heirloom, but I don't remember who. Yeah. Oh no, you misspelled asshole. It's Craig Johnson. Asshole. Yeah, the little Care Bear thing. Yeah, boo, boo, Craig. So for those of you who don't know, the deal with the why we all hate Craig, asshole, is with this one it was very simple. Do not bid. The instruction is simple. If the entire cohort complies and resists weakness, all who do so will be rewarded. If a single bid is placed, however, none shall benefit. So I really wonder if they have sent him nothing. Like, if he will literally get nothing for it. But so on the day of, you had to choose, like, bid or say, I promise I won't bid, and then you were locked out from bidding. It was just like, no. Like, you know, you have chosen. And everyone except fucking Craig chose correctly. There was not a bid before him, because anytime you tried to bid, you had to up the bid, and it started at 300. And it sold for 301. There is no way. Yeah, 301, because you couldn't just bid. You sent him Goatsy and a tub girl. I don't know. Like, it's just like, what were there, like 70 of us? And it went all the way down to like the very last minute. Like, everyone was in agreement. And he's like, oh, I had to save it. Like, I hope they literally send him nothing. Or just an empty box. Make him go pay the customs, like, import for a fucking empty box. Like, make it signature required certified mail so he has to go to the fucking post office for it. I'd make his life hell. Melodic pull toy. Children's melodic pull toy plastic. Widespread reports of unusual disturbances at the residence on Brookline Avenue, Ohio, abruptly ceased following the removal of the family's possessions, including this unassuming toy. Unexplained noises, moving furniture, flickering lights, and the spontaneous activation of household appliances drove the family from the home in late 2000. No such poltergeist activity has been reported since. The toy still plays its designated tune, but at an unpredictable and often dramatically slower tempo. 2 recorded incidents claim the chime began without the extension of its cord. Pull at your own risk. From Wisconsin, 59. Send him a power book. Yeah, I liked the pull toy. That was the musical chairs, wasn't it? I guess it won't say. Was this day? The third day had a lot of like interactive things. Yeah, it doesn't say if this is. Well, $10. So this had to be the musical chairs one. Where literally all day everyone was fighting over it. It's a great story of trolling a scammer. That's fun. I'll have to look it up. Generational heirloom. Wait, do these match 21? This was lot 20. They do. The lot numbers match. A collection of photographs. Photographic records show a recognizable family heirloom passed down a lengthy and prosperous generational line. Little is known about the exact vocation of those pictured wearing the amulet, other than the elevated fortunes of their early to midlife years, followed by a repeatedly sudden and unrelated demise. Research is underway to correct this gap in our records, since such an omission makes it difficult to confirm the causal relationship between a so-called monkey's paw and the observable patterns of a repeating history. I wish my little puppy wouldn't be a jerk so I could set him with new puppy. That's California 76. Treasure map. So excited to see the treasure map. Crude leather map. This roll of hide represents the unduplicated cartographic record of abandoned property in parts unknown. It is certainly the only document that can lead you there. Until such action is taken, whatever undoubtedly rests there will remain undiscovered. Past efforts to use this document to recover this item were hampered by the discovery that the contents of the map appear different to individual observers, suggesting that somehow the perspective of an unidentified preordained individual is required. Fort Angels! It's a day trip away? Oh, that's super exciting. Oh my goodness. You gotta go. You gotta follow through. I think it's so fun. Like, you got probably two of the most interactive things, because you got the lock and key. Which, assuming, I guess we shouldn't assume anything. We assume that they belong together. It'd be fucking funny as hell if the lock doesn't go to the box or the key. Like, if they're just totally unrelated. I know it was like reunite them, but I think it'd be funny as hell if they were unrelated. But also, like, the map, you get to follow a map. Like, so fun. I think the VHS is gonna be fun because it's interactive. They wouldn't, especially if they hadn't have done the reunite the lock with the key. Like, if they just left them as totally separate items, I fully believe they would do something like that. But since they had the reunite the lock with the key, I'm sure that they meet each other. But like the lock and the key, you need both to interact with, in theory. I mean, I guess you could cut the box open. A map to follow. The VHS is going to be fun because I'll have to digitize it. The projector with slides, I think, is going to be really cool. Let's see. Do not bid. Fucking Craig, do not bid. Do not bid. The instruction is simple. If the entire cohort complies and resists weakness, all those who do so will be rewarded. If a single bid is placed, however, none shall benefit. That would have been fucking horrible if he had gone in and outbid. It is interesting, though, because we know he's from UK, right? Not to dox him, but that's a whole country. Because that makes me second think my earlier thing. Shredded documents. Legal box, shredded documents, paper and cardboard. One can fairly regard the number of puzzle pieces as a measure of challenge. The more pieces, the greater the tribulation. Whatever the author of these documents was attempting to destroy or conceal remains unknown until such a time as someone attempts to reverse their deliberate actions. Management were advised not to attempt such a feat, lest this establishment incur consequences. Visitors are subsequently invited to speculate about this exhibit from a comfortable distance. Yeah, so that wouldn't dox him. Because I was thinking it would be fun for like ones like that, where it's... I mean, I guess it could be involved in more of a meta story, but I think it would be kind of funny to just put like, where's it located? Fucking Craig. Although I guess they don't want to have bad will to him. He gave him a bunch of money. The shredded documents I think would be fun too. Like, that's definitely... That would be like filigree shadow levels of infuriating, but fun. Spirit vessel, glass vessel, confined to spirit. There are a great many innate vessels taken to by spirits, both willingly and by subjugation. It's unclear if the occupant of this antique glass is the former or the latter, but by unknown means they are believed to have sustained their ethereal residency. They've been left in relative peace since the initial independent analysis of the object, though it's unknown to what extent the object's previous custodian attempted to coax them out. Continued or future attempts to do so are strongly discouraged. Please do not tap on the glass. I'm also, so earlier I had mentioned, oh, here's another one. That's, oh, Canada, Ireland. Okay, we got a couple different countries now. This one's also from Kentucky. That's true, but you got to think about the 100 other people who could continue to give them money are going to continue to give them money. Like those of us that are in, like you guys are here. We're in. You know, like bitching about Craig isn't going to take that away from us. I was talking about mapping this out earlier. I'm curious if you got like tissue paper or something so you could lay it over, you know, depending on how big the map is. If it's, what was it, Port Angeles? If it's like a very local regional map, or if it's very big, like mapping all these out over the top of it could be cool. Yeah, the only thing I don't really like are the curiosity, whatever, when they turn those where they're just paper. I'm not big on paper puzzles, like that kind of thing. Like I like tactile things. I like touching things. Touch. I like being able to see and touch. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the same. The VHS might require a little bit more effort for me to set up because this was literally just make a new scene, pop my other webcam up. But like I already have the setup, so I'm in a better position than most. Yeah, I have so many artifacts. I just realized the other day I actually have. I don't know how to say it. The Nephatephalephagus. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. I've never done. I have it. It's sitting right over here on the floor. It's in the crate. It's right next to me. I've moved it half a dozen times because it's in my way. I've never sat down to do it. And we also discovered. I definitely think that there should be a registration where, like, you just register at the beginning of the auction. Yeah, that one. Nephatephalephagus. Nephatopolopagus. Oh, that's what we're gonna call it, Nephatopolopolis now. That's what it's forever known as. I think they need to just have a login. Nyalothertep. Yeah. Like I said, Nephatopolopolis. Yeah, have you register and have a credit card or PayPal or, whatever, some payment method on file. And you could have it where you just sign in the very first day, and as long as like your cookies are enabled, or you have to log in the beginning of each day. I don't think you should have to put it on every single bid you do, but I do think before you're allowed to bid at all, like eBay, like you have to log in, you have to put skin in the game. Because I agree, there was some shenanigans. Yeah, real auctions require a payment method. And even if you bought things entirely with your credits from the puzzles, I still think like having them have your credit card on file. And it's not like you're worried about them stealing your information because you're going to give them your information for them to mail it to you. It's not just like, oh, this is Bob from tech support. Please give me your information and your credit card. Yeah, the puzzles were good. It was also on brand because so many of us spent an entire month together hanging out, talking, doing puzzles. Like I'm a lurker. Like I hang out in streams, I hang out on Discord, but I don't post. But yeah, it was super fun. The boundary totem, I'm positive the only reason I got that so cheap was because it was behind a puzzle. I think the flowers were behind a puzzle. The pull toy was musical chairs. The bell was ringing the bell. The Covenant of One, or not the Covenant of One, the Sin Exchange was guessing the price. Wasn't there a different one? Because the totem, we had to look at John Aguilar. The flowers, you had to go to the different places and like click on the the glowing boobles. I thought one of the other ones was behind a puzzle too. Ocular prosthesis. Oh, credit for the soul shards, yeah. I don't know if it was a bot or if it was people, because like I sat for probably an hour while I was in a work meeting that I didn't have to be on cam for, like paying attention to the meeting, and literally just every time it said I wasn't in the chair, I would just tap my phone screen. Like, so I wasn't a bot, and I literally sat for an hour and fucked around with it. So it might have just been people. But I also think it didn't refresh as quickly as people were clicking on it. So, who knows? A prosthetic glass eye. Both parties involved saw what led to the removal and theft of this intimately personal prosthesis. Both parties considered their actions, acted upon them, and suffered the consequences. It is undetermined if any residual psychic malignance is capable of being transferred by proxy to this charged object. Therefore, caution is advised. It's possible that the bitter vendetta in service of which this prosthesis was extracted was able to corrupt its material surroundings. Limit eye contact with the object to short stints of less than 60 seconds. Also in Kentucky. Interesting. Yeah, there had to be about that many, based off of a few of the different things. I forget. Like, I know we sat down and figured it out one day. Hang on, I gotta blow my nose. Hi, baby. Bubba? Oh, sorry. No toes on cam. I was poking my dog. Side tangent. All of this stuff very much reminds me, if you guys have not watched The Lost Room, it's a show from... God, it had to be like 2010, maybe? Oh no, 06, earlier than I thought. I was originally going to guess 05. Such a good show. It's, hang on, a supernatural miniseries that aired on Sci-Fi. It's about objects in a room, and it's a whole, it's kind of like a mystery, but it's very down-to-earth sci-fi. So Joe Miller is searching for objects to rescue his daughter, who's disappeared inside the room, a once typical 1960s hotel room along Route 66. The Lost Room has existed outside of normal space and time since 1961, when what is referred to only as the incident took place. It is well worth your time. It's only 3 episodes. You got like 3 hours. Highly recommended. It's such a good show. And it very much, like, all the Mysterious Package Company stuff always kind of gives me those vibes. A message in a bottle. Oh, do we know who got the message in the bottle too? I thought about that one. But at that point I had already gotten the VHS and Boundary Totem. And a soul shard. But the soul shard only cost me thinking about things. Message in a glass vessel. Unread since its launch into the ocean by a desperate hand. An abundance of caution is responsible for the delayed unsealing of this item by our research team. While several similar historic examples have revealed the final messages of marooned sailors, confessions of guilty minds, and even treasure maps, many such vessels have contained potent hexes and curses. Management has determined further research is necessary before this exhibit can be reclassified. It is so it is so like Control. Every time I play Control, I've only played it once, but we were streaming it. The entire time when they're talking about the objects of power and the AWE and all that stuff, I was like, oh my god, it's the Lost Room in video game form, and they're making a sequel. Control 2 is coming out, I think, this year. It's like a system agnostic scenario. Debut made. It's called Night Clerk. That's fun, like liminal space kind of things. That's fun. Yeah, I really like Control. I'm not big on shooting games and that kind of stuff. Like, I'm much more hit things with sticks. Very much love the Silent Hill series. But we I've platinumed both Alan Wake games, and chat was like, "Oh, you have to play Control." Kaya, where did you go, babies? Here, come. You gonna show everybody how cute you are? He's gonna be cute. You guys gonna be nice to each other? It's our new puppy. You actually played in one of the playtest scenarios. That's cool. I was one of the beta testers on what did they end up stalling? Star Wars Rebels? The dogfighting space flying one. I was one of the beta testers on that for years. And then Lucas Art got bought out by Disney like a week or two before release. Like we had worked so hard on that game. And then it just disappeared for years. And they finally released it, I think 3 or 4 years ago. I've yet to play it in VR. I bought a flight control stick and everything and a throttle for it. And it wouldn't work with my computer. So we haven't gone back to it. But I played the shit out of that game in beta. I also betaed Little Big Planet Karting and Little Big Planet 2. And then I've done a bunch of other games, lots of point and click stuff. We have one coming up soon called Heirloom, which I backed on Kickstarter. And I also think Ghosts is going to come out soon, which is another Kickstarter one. We already did the... It's kind of a beta. It's more of an alpha for Ghosts. But it got taken over by someone new. The Morning Veil. Black Morning Veil. Cotton. Lace. There's some torn asunder from the one... There are some torn asunder from the ones they love, to those whom they have sworn to protect and provide for, and then there are others who do the tearing. This shroud belonged to a black widow, a bride of unbearable barbarity. She kept things consistent from relationship to relationship, honeymoon to honeymoon, save for a preferred method of conclusion. In death they did part, at least 3 documented occasions. That, and she wore the same veil to each of the funerals. Wearing this garment is not advised, and is done so at your own risk. That's in Ireland, so... Oh, now we have England. Alright, we got a couple different places. And we're almost at the end. I know this has taken a long time. I didn't expect nearly so much reading. But I've also been chatting a lot. Parcel of Letters. A chronological series of handwritten letters exchanged between unidentified correspondents, preserved largely in their original open state, with the final letter remaining sealed. The correspondence is intimate and deeply personal. Reoccurring references, shared memories, and repeated phrases suggest the private language understood only by the writers. As the sequence progresses, certainty gives way to unease, and what begins as comfort becomes increasingly fraught. The exchange offers no clear resolution, leaving meaning suspended between what is written, what is withheld, and what remains unread. From 90, that's more recent. I expected those to be from the 1800s. Where are my dogs? Do not chew on... Hi, where? 2 dogs in here and they both disappeared. The Sin Exchange, hand-scribed text. Many among you embraced the call to profess the unspoken, to unburden yourselves of secrets. They were offered, and so taken. And now we unburden ourselves of their stewardship. This book contains the community's anonymous transgressions. It is a real page-turner. Minnesota, 1954. Sorry, I got my little puppy. Oh, do not chew on the microphone. That is rude. You are rude. You are a rude baby. Here. What? You want your toy? Get your chewy bone. Play with your toys, little one. So we've seen pictures of a few of the pages of the Sin Exchange that were shared on Discord by very kind people, of course. Zero Sum. A countdown to oblivion. The price starts at $666 and descends $1 with each bid. The soul who strikes the final blow, bringing the price to exactly $0, claims the mystery prize. Will you hasten its demise or let others seal its fate? So this one, I don't think we know what it is yet because I don't think it's the bell. It shows a bell on the not that day, was this day? Yeah, 0 sum. So it shows the bell, but I don't think that that's going to be what the object is because it says a mystery. Oh, it actually says here the winner receives one of any experience currently on the Mysterious Package Company website or a mystery gift. I certainly hope that they chose mystery gift. Did you pee on my floor? Oh, come here. Okay, hang on. Give me just 1 second. My puppy just made a mess. Hang on. We will be right back. Yeah, the winners in Discord, I thought they were. Give me just 1 second. I gotta go grab some paper towels. Are we back? Uh-oh. Is my computer frozen or is it just being weird? The animation should not take this long. I'm hesitant to hit the button again. Because it's like... It's trying. My 3-second animation is taking forever. Okay, so they did decide. There we go. No? Yes? There. Can we see me again? Am I here? Sorry, yeah, that animation literally should take like 3 or 4 seconds. It's just a quick like ba-doop ba-doop. Yeah, I hope they're okay. I thought they had picked a mystery gift because I know they had said that they won. And they were debating. Yeah, I don't know. I'm literally using 0.9% of my CPU, like not even a whole 1%. And the puppy escaped again. Oh, God. Come here. Come here. Back into your prison. Here. Have a toy. It's a good toy, I promise. Sorry. 9-week-old baby puppy requires lots of attention. Yeah, so hopefully the mystery gift is something cool. Yeah, Windows sucks, especially when you don't pay for it. Okay, I'm not going to put the BRB screen on, but I'm going to go put the puppy... Ow! I just ran over my toe with my chair. Oh, goodness, that hurt. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh. It's been weird recently because my work computer's doing it too. Where it doesn't quite freeze, but it just like, it's almost like it's dropping frames. Even though, like, you know, the work computer, I'm not streaming or anything, I'm just working. Fairies Horde, this was the guess how many were there. Which I think ended up being like 254 or something. A vessel containing children's teeth. Modern forensic testing has linked many to missing tooth fairy payments from the 1950s. Creepy? Absolutely. Explanations? None. How many teeth are in the jar? Submit your guess. Closest wins. One guess per participant. No second chances. Additional numerous items not listed. Records sealed by request. Do we have anything at the bottom here? The Year of Lennox. The problem with the US is that everything is a fucking monopoly. Hang on. Okay, let's control A and see if we have any hidden text. I don't think there is on this page. Okay, so we've read all that. We are going to jump back. We will go to the staff login, but I want to check. Intriguing. I did not control A this page. And yet everything was selected when I bumped back to it. Okay, staff login. Staff member name, password. Note, all staff portal Note, staff portal remains operational for final documentation purposes. All former employees have been notified of their revised access levels. Security notice, all access attempts are logged. Unauthorized access will be reported to local authorities. Crossed out. Appropriate parties. Return to main page. They did. I'm not in dark mode. Maybe I'm in dark mode. I don't know. It's hard to read. Gabe and Valve hate Microsoft. I used to use Linux. I mean, we can try it. She's the queen. No, I don't want to save. Access denied. Is the queen. Is it gonna make me click login every time? No. Let's see what we think. Let's look. It's so weird. I usually have I have a big ultra wide. Actually, I have two. I have one behind me too for my music setup. But I usually split the screen, so I have to scroll left to go to the monitor on the right because Windows is fucking stupid. Oh, we can turn off PubCam. Oop, not that one. That one. I don't know where that thought was going. We could try admin. Admin, I wanted to see... I know we have a name because we have Bill from Jefferson Sun Antiques. Consigned to Raymond Kerr. Client 54. QC certificate 10462. Shipment number 142. Sheet 1 of 1. It's interesting. Is this handwritten or is this printed? This is handwritten on here. They actually took the time to write it out by hand. Hang on. Let's try admin. I don't know if it's actually like searching when I hit enter. I'm tempted to like refresh the page so we have a fresh window. Password could be God. It could be. No. Let's try R per. Oh. No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the secret book was handwritten with like calligraphy, kind of with like a nice pen. Because I can't imagine that they printed and bound that. It'd be faster to handwrite it. Jefferson and Sons. I was looking to see if there's like an email anywhere. I don't think there is. Beavers Creek, that's New York. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 10 blanks there. But the only thing that's really stood out to me as like different, like the A is highlighted. Try Bill J. Password. I can't imagine they would. Yours have different blanks? That's very interesting. I kind of assumed so since we're on the website, it's not like it's secret. You guys can just see. I thought about opening it off camera so that if there was like a trail you follow where you get a prize at the end, I don't think there would be. The people couldn't just, you know, like hijack it. Yours have different blanks. Interesting. I mean, there has to be something here to give us a password. But the totem doesn't have anything, you know, like looking at the... Hang on, let me move that. It's so weird to try and aim on camera. So it doesn't look like there's anything like tied in the ends. Because I thought there might be maybe like a little scroll tied up in it or something. But I don't really want to disassemble it. No, that's just where the thread is attached. We double check the box. Ooh. Okay, there's not a false bottom because I can see through the slats. Sorry, I put the lid underneath. I'm spilling water all over my puppy's cardboard box. There's nothing hidden in the lid. I can't imagine there'd be anything hidden or written on the craft kit. But we will look, just in case. I don't see anything on the craft paper. Yeah, I really wanted to pop it open yesterday, just so I wouldn't have to pry the box open on stream, because it's a weird angle. But I couldn't do it. I promised everyone we'd open it together. So, does anyone have any ideas? We know it's Raymond Kerr. So we have his first name instead of just R. Raymond Kerr. What would a password be? Cheers, curios, and oddments. Let's search for this business. What the fuck is up with Google? What the hell is this supposed to... Oh, it's curling. Must be for the Olympics. I was like, is it supposed to be a Doppler effect? Yeah, I should be able to. Give me just 1 second. I guess I can just crease it the opposite way. I was like, oh, I should probably look at the back and make sure there's nothing written there. Yeah, give me a sec to grab my phone. Can even do it with my nice scanning thing. Let me give it a light. Do. Export that to photos. Discord. No, I don't want that. What? There we go. Okay. It's up in the Discord. Also, I see the night clerk thing. I'm excited about that. I will check that out, definitely. Get my phone plugged back in. Jeffers and Sons, based in Belfast, even created. Oh no, that seems like an actual business. Jeffrey's Antique Gallery also seems to be an actual business. I don't know. That's the only thing highlighted. So the only other piece of papers that came with it are the museum placard, I guess. And then the letter, which doesn't have a password. It's also Jeffer and Sons Antiques. Same address in St. Louis. That's the only highlighted thing. So it has to mean something. They wouldn't have done it. I'm also curious if they purposefully misspelled deity as diet and then crossed it out here. Or if they just accidentally were misspelling it and didn't want to rewrite the whole thing. Either way, I think it'd be fun. Let me see. Let me set these out, and then the envelope just has the address on it, which notably is different. So it's coming to Kurz from Jeffer and Son. So it came from St. Louis to New York. Yeah, I'm not... Misspelling is not the best, but riverboat salvage, surface rust, mechanical function intact, plaster painted chart from 19th century, parcel restoration, 6 partial labels, contents, evaporated, crude stick and twine construction, recovered from rural farmstead, humanoid deity, fine polish, original cloth wrapping, woven hair under glass, silver clasp, minor tarnish, 3 pages of bookkeeping. And that could maybe be, I think it's just the style of their Fs, where it has 3. Line 4. Oh. Oh, that is sneaky. IPS. IHTA. Hang on, let me type. I'm not good at spelling things in my head. Go! No, Google cannot have my address. In Google. So if I did that, it'd be IHTACR. Oops. I'm just doing what letters we got if we do each of them. W. No, I mean that's a good catch. So these are the letters we'd be working with if we did the first letter from the first line, second letter from the second item, third from the third, fourth from the fourth, fifth from the fifth, right? IHTAC. Oh wait, that wouldn't. No, that is CR. F W. Pocket is 5. C. Text number C. Yeah. See if this will go anywhere in an unscrambler. Anagram solver. The problem with finding an anagram solver is that you have to know how to spell anagram. Oh, sorry about my wings appearing there. I have some things hotkeyed. So what do we have? 10 letters? So no 10-letter words, but we could get Arctic. That's a letter and envelope. I can do that. I found it. Thankfully, Google knows what I mean. I could probably spell anagram just fine, but it's one of those like finding things in the dictionary where it's like, oh, in order to find things in the dictionary, I do not want to open my banking app. I have to know how to spell the word. Good. I freaking love. I have a little scanner app on my phone that is just phenomenal for stuff like this. Save that to the photos, and then we'll do the envelope. Because it, like, I don't even have to aim straight. It converts them basically for me. Discord. There we go. Okay. Those should be uploaded. Here, let me also, as long as we're doing this. I don't know if I was gonna say I don't know if it would take a good picture through the hang on. How the fuck do I delete this? Sure, we'll just make a new one. Huzzah for unlimited storage on your phone. This one has my thumb in it a little bit, but that's fine, right? Exactly who is being asked to log in. There's the boundary totem marker as well. Hang on, I'm gonna pop up Discord on my computer so I don't have to look down at my phone while I do this. Where the fuck is my mouse? Faustino, be quiet. Uh-oh, we broke the computer. There's that. Hang on one sec, let me... Okay, that's not blocking you guys. Who is being asked to log into the website? Well, it would be staff of the 13th mile, but the problem is the 13th mile is in Oregon? Because Bill sent it to Ray at Curios. Right, that's Ray. Let me... Oak Grove, does it tell us where this is? I don't know why I thought it was in Oregon. It probably didn't actually say that anywhere. Oh, the computer's struggling for some reason. Finally closed. Dead Oak Road. The staff member's on the website. I don't remember seeing a staff member. Do not to contact. Well, now we gotta dig. It's probably in about the store, huh? We spent so much time on this. We read about the store first. Oh. It was opened by Ezekiel. You know what we should... We should just open a second page of this. Yeah, I know there's... Oh, it let me do it with the period. Staff login. And that's going to be the 13th mile. Hang on. I probably have 12 sets of wings. Why? Computer! Pourquoi? Je ne sais pas. So do we think it would be like E. Thornwood? I don't feel like it would be his whole name, right? Hang on one sec. I'm going to move Discord's window over here so that I can... Huzzah for having a bunch of monitors. Oh! Professional streamer here. No, I forgot to pop it back up. Thank you. No, don't do that. Sorry, I'm so used to my screens connecting the opposite way. It's messing me up. I also think it's really weird, like, how close... Like, it's not centered. Which, maybe it's just because I built a bunch of websites. Oh, what was this? This was, the darkness thing. Also, why didn't we just copy and paste this earlier when I typed it out? 10 blanks, 10 lines on the... I know that, but I didn't... So the host expires. What is this? This was something about darkness. The anagram solver is not terribly helpful. What was this one? Something about in darkness we find light. It doesn't hold it up to the light, even though I don't think that's it. Okay. Got 10 letters, 10 lines. So we know the fourth one is an A, right? Four, five, several. Do you think it would just be Thornwood? Well, no, it wants... Maybe it's the name. It's not a login. I don't know if it's in dark mode. I can never tell. Hang on. This is where we can tell that I literally never use the internet on my computer. I use it at work. How the fuck do I... Options, tools, settings. Oh, fuck, settings are bright. I feel like it's not in dark mode because this is about to blind me. How the fuck did... Okay, dear Google, how do I turn off dark mode on my fucking computer? I know how to do it on the work computer. Hang on, I gotta let my other dog out of this room. Oh, be free. He's dead? Is that what's happening? Sorry, my dog was missing supper time and he was very upset about it. Okay, so the biggest puzzle of the day is how to turn off dark mode in Firefox. Settings, general language and appearance. General... Light? I'm gonna hate this, but it's an automatic. So I feel like it was already there. Is this... Can anyone else go to the site and tell me if it looks... Do we have another web browser? I probably have Internet Explorer on here. Do I have Internet Explorer? I feel like you can't get rid of Internet Explorer, right? I don't seem to have Internet Explorer. Because, like, this, I feel like it shouldn't be so hard to read. And on my phone, it is super hard to read when I get the verification code to get into the back part of that. I mean, it has to mean something. Because, like, in darkness we find light. Is something glow in the dark? I can't... This is also more light than I generally ever have. I don't think that it's splotches. I think it's where they just kind of sanded it. Darkness, we see light. Okay, hang on. We gonna make it dark. Ziggy, good night. Hang on, we're gonna turn off. Or not, it's not gonna turn that light off. I was seeing if something was glow in the dark. Ziggy Adventure. Turn those back on. Yeah, give me a sec. I do have a UV light. I actually have a few of them. I'm trying to think where I would have put them. Oh, wait. I literally have one in my desk because I have a UV pen. Does it have a battery? It has a battery. Oh, hang on. We will. Turn that on. Get rid of those fucking wings. Here. Try. I don't. This will help. Help look a little bit. It is interesting. It's just color theory that the orange highlight disappears when we do that. Do I have a UV light? Of course I have a UV light. I have stupid packages everywhere. I actually have a really nice UV light in the other room. But I generally don't solve puzzles here at my desk. Okay, I'm feeling real stupid. This. Yeah, the thinner spots on here don't glow at all. That wasn't helpful. It is quite nice to have everything on little controllers at my desk so I can just turn all my lights on and off here. It has to be to do with these letters, right? Yeah, this might be one where I have to sit and ponder on it. We can come back to it. But Stat was right. That's the fourth letter of the fourth line. And we have 10 lines and we have 10 blanks. So this has to be the password. I was seeing... Oh, wait. 2, 3. I was hoping that the phrase, the in tenebris lucum, we're gonna try that. Because if that's his family crest, this could be something different. This doesn't necessarily have to be the password. And then we wanted his name, Ezekiel. That seems like a good path to go down, right? Access denied. Let's try it without the blanks. Invent miss. None of these have an A. I mean, the A doesn't have to be the fourth letter. But it also looks... Is that the full phrase? Oh, yeah, it is all 4 words down at the bottom here. Okay. Oh, you guys can't see the website again? I'm sorry. Professional streamer here. Yeah, I looked it up. It's it roughly is in darkness we find light, or in shadow we find light. Looks in. I was trying to figure out if there was a way to just shorten it, because that feels like a good path to go down to. Looks in tenebris is light and darkness, and that's from John in the Bible. I know that. It's a Vulgate Bible. Phrase is part of fifth verse of the Gospel of John. Good call on the Ezekiel, because we read that, 2 hours ago. I did not. I thought this stream would be like half an hour, an hour. Trying to see if there's anything with, because like the first one is iron shackles, the next one is a plaster chart, but the next one's bottles. It doesn't, because they all, like in the description, they say what they're made out of. And I was trying to see if there's something, stone beads, leather cord, if there's anything with that. But I also wonder, because to my knowledge, everyone has gotten, everyone has gotten one of these, basically. One of these little museum cards. Which makes me think, especially since they're all listed here on the collection, that we will all be on this site on the 13th mile. I'm confident on that. But if you have a different number of spaces, that means we're each going to have a different password, which means it probably takes each of us somewhere different at the end. Staff portal remains. You know what we're going to do? How do I do this? What is it? It's not control. What the fuck is this Ask an AI chatbot? I don't care for that. We're going to remove him later. View page source. I'm intrigued. I don't think there'll be anything here. But we're going to look at the code. Viewport. So this device width is a lie. They need to set that scale to 100%. Con. Data image view box. Stroke. Well, yeah, none of that's helpful. 13th mile. 13th mile for strange and unusual. Permanently closed. Module. Assets. None of that is particularly helpful. I didn't even know it was there, but I also don't. What is it? Is it Copilot or whatever they added to Outlook at work, which I hate? I don't want to view a selected source. I want to view all of the source. I think this is all the same. Circumstances necessitated the immediate transition. It's been sold, destroyed, appropriately handled. Yeah, that's all. I guess I'm old. I just don't see a point to most AI. Like, it's fine if you want to fiddle with it, but like, why is it so hard to just read an article and cite it, So why does it keep... Okay, there, it'll show me the whole page. Close, yeah, that's all the same. Oh, God. I don't know. So for work, when they added it, we had to do training with it. And I will say I was very amused. I told it to write me an essay on Jareth, who was David Bowie's character from Labyrinth. And it wrote me a whole paper about the Goblin King and how he kidnapped Toby, and it put pictures in. It was amusing. I'm not gonna lie. It's literally the only time I've used AI. Has property void, return heat current, owner. I don't think they would have hidden anything here in the source code. Point, shape rendering, stop color. Yeah, this is all just regular code stuff. Which day was it? One of the days we had a picture or source code or something, and I literally loaded it into Notebook. It's oh, you guys can't even see all the nonsense I'm doing. I'm terrible at this. I usually just play on my PlayStation. I have a game window up. I don't have to swap between windows. Well, unless anyone has any real bright ideas, I think we might have to call it here for the night because I need to eat dinner. It's 7:10, and I've been working since 5 in the morning. Interesting, the visitors has gone down. It was 303 earlier. What do we have on this one? Huh. Visitor number is inconsistent. I'll puzzle away at this. This page is made online until hosting expires. I don't know. Earlier Char said something and it decided that it was naughty. I have no idea because there is literally like 3 words that are blacklisted. And I don't even think it stops links. I don't know. Yeah, so this page will remain online. Why? Remain online until hosting expires. I can read your message. I don't know why it's doing that. Because it's not me. This is auto mod. I mean, it's copied from right here. Right here, the note to webmaster. I mean, I guess we could email them. It would be at the 13th mile. That was my thought when I first saw that, 2 hours ago, is that we were going to have to email someone. But I can't imagine if it was founded. I guess, no. I was going to say, that's too long ago, but it's literally the year I was born. Original storefront was located in unnamed road. Town that no longer appears. There has to be something about the town, too. That they don't want to tell us where it's located. Certain collectors who sought items. Because none of the paperwork is from the 13th mile except the, figuring out the museum card. You guys can see up in the top corner above my head. The original charter. We deal with what others dare not keep. Our clients seek not mere antiques, but vessels of memory, echoes of forgotten purposes, and the things that have outlived their original owners by unconventional means. Because it's been through 4, 5, several generations. Each proprietor maintained a tradition of discretion. Client names weren't recorded. Circumstances necessitated on October 13th. I wonder, I feel like they announced the, does it say what day they announced? Hang on. Oh, sorry. My dog needs her medicine, but she can wait. It's not a big thing. I was trying to see what day they announced the black market, if it had a date here. We ask you to log in, so auction credentials. Yeah, this is all the same as it was. I was trying to see if it had a date on it. Not that it really matters. I was just curious if it was October 13th that they announced it, because then we did puzzles all through November. There also has to be a phone number somewhere. We could, yeah. That's more of just a curiosity thing. I don't think it would be important on what day they decided to close it. I just think, again, that'd be like the nice little Easter egg thing where they're like, oh, do. Because I really I want to know with the pocket watch if the manufacturer name is filed off, since that's on my little ledger, or the ledger fragments, if the entries will be alternating red and black on those shredded documents. Like, just little Easter eggy things I think would be fun. Yeah. Discord opened on the 15th. Yeah, so that'd be about right. You know, just one of those fun little things. I think I'm probably going to have to plug around. And I thought... Rich, was it you who got Bigfoot? Whoever got Bigfoot, I could have sworn they had mentioned that they were waiting on... Oh, it just got posted. Didn't it? Maybe not. Maybe I missed it. I could have sworn they had mentioned that they were waiting on something because they like opened it and we saw the pictures. And then they were like awaiting further information. I don't know. I do need to give my dog her medicine though, and I need to eat dinner because, like I said, I've been working. I started work at, well, I guess I started at 6, so a little 13 hours ago. But I've been sitting here literally since 6 a.m. At the same desk because I work from home. So I'm going to call it here for the night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will report back, and I will definitely, when I figure out the password, we'll go live again. And then if you guys can't be here, I'll save the VOD and have the VOD, and I can upload that to YouTube. Yeah, anytime. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Yeah, I'm very excited for Sunday. Yeah, you're definitely welcome, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, also, Stat, thank you for the follow. It didn't play my alert. Probably because this isn't my normal screen that I stream from. You have to set up, like, scenes. Hey, Nico! Nico, we're just ending. It's a mystery stream today. But we'll be back with more of this mystery once I figure out a password. I think I'm going to have to email. But Nico, your stream continues. We're going to have to keep talking for like a minute so Nico doesn't lose their streak. Yeah, I think there's going to have to be an email. And then once we get the email, we can dig deeper into this and figure something out. Let me see. I don't think any of my friends would be on this early. Because generally I wouldn't start streaming for another 2.5 hours. And I wouldn't stream on... Is today Thursday? What day is it? Wait, Claire is on. Okay. We're going to head over to my dear friend Claire. She is a music streamer. But she's an absolute sweetheart. Very cozy vibes. She doesn't have any guitar kittens right now, but she fosters kittens. And sometimes they have they sit on her guitar while she plays. She's one of the best people you could ever meet. So we're going to head over there. But thank you guys for hanging out. Have a good night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a great one, and I will see you guys tomorrow night for more regular shenanigans. I don't know if we're going to do Silent Hill or if we're going to hop into a new game, but we're definitely going to do something. And I didn't hit raid quick enough, so we're going to hang out for another couple seconds until the raid goes. Also, Michi Poo, thank you so much for hanging out. No problem at all. I appreciate hanging out. But again, night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, have a great one. See you guys tomorrow.